The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the April 5th, the magical, magnificent, marvelous Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, well, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But much more important than that, that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on it, 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, well, we've got you covered there, too. You can always let those fingers do the walking. Don't use that middle finger and send it to me. But go ahead and send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question, of course, in our Tiger's Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Magical, Magnificent, Marvy Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. All the indices, all the U.S. indices, including that spot volatility, are trading to the upside. The Dow's up 424, S&P 60, that's 1.25%, 1.5%, 2% for the NDX 100, 258 points. Russell 2000, just a smidgen in the green, up 2 points. The semi's up 60, nearly 2%. Tranny's up 197. Spot volatility up 91 cents. That's 5% move to the upside today. It's got to make you say, something to think about. Well, you want to think about it more likely tomorrow and the next day if we continue to see that pattern. Goldilocks up $3. Silver down 15 cents. Light sweet crude off $3. That's 5% to the downside. Natural gas may have found support, down 14 pennies. Trading out at 249. The 30-year Treasury off 20 ticks, leading the charge dollar-wise to the upside. You've got Google up $93. Amazon up 56. Booking Holdings 34. Tesla 27. Lamb Research 22 buckaroonies. To the downside, it's that Mercado Libre off $25, 1.7%. CoStar Group $19. Micro Sector, I don't even know what that is. Solar Edge Technologies off 15. Wayfair down about 15. The Trade Desk down about 13 buckaroonies. Let's begin by taking a look at our 4 equity future contracts out here, see what their messages are. In the case of the ES Mini, what we saw last week when we were together was a close above the top of the bearish structure daily profile. Nothing more bullish than a failed bearish pattern. Now, that also had a TD9 count, a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. That got negated last week as well. And then what that created was the A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. Volume or not does not matter. The initial price projection inside the ES Mini is going to be 41.10. However, I caution 41.10 as being the final stop. And the reason is because it's been an explosive move off of that C point. And that C point was about a 50% retracement, or less than a 50% retracement. That typically leads to more than a one-to-one move to the upside. And that would bring in the 41.83 level. Inside the NQ, well, it's done a 61% retracement after forming that Gartley pie pattern back in the early part of March. Its projection is up in the 13,699, 13,750 level. That's going to be the resistance, 13,750. That's the top of its weekly profile. If price can get through that, 13,995 becomes the price target. The Dow Equity Future contract last week formed a new profile. Daily profile, that is, and price is now trading above that level. That level is 33,134. If, in fact, we see a close today above 33,134, the signal to you and I is that the Dow should target the 34,662 level. And you're exactly correct. You just said, Steve, wait a minute. No way the Dow is only going to target 34,662. Look at that B to C retracement. That was only a 43% retracement. And so kudos to you, whoever picked that out. So the real price target is more likely 35,399. Now, it's still quite a distance to get up to 34,662, so that becomes the first target. The Russell 2000, in a world of its own, traded up into the resistance zone. That's its bearish structured profile. It's between 2267 and 2317, and it's given it up. But is it giving it up enough to say, hey, the move to the upside is over? No, just price ran into its resistance zone. So we take a look at all four equity future contracts. Well, it's totally bullish for the ES, the NQ, and the Dow. And the Russell 2000, right now we have to just simply call it a version of a consolidation with inside its bearish structured daily profile. Again, I mentioned the spot volatility. We'll just simply slide over to this chart here. Does it matter today? No, it does not. But you'll see other instances. You'll see those green diagonal lines. You will not see me show you a one-day divergence pattern out here. Not that they maybe don't exist. It's just not the way that Stevie looks at the charts out here. But you'll see when we have a series of rising bottoms. Now, we're just looking at the closing price. So the blue line on a chart, or my blue line on a chart, tells you we're just simply looking at closing prices. I'm not interested in the intraday signals, the open, the close, the nothing. I just want to understand if we have a rising price rising spot volatility index in the face of rising price. Now, those typically lead to some type of correction or worse. The worst is when that spot volatility index gets above its 50-day exponential moving average. So just something to keep an eye on over the coming days. Speaking of the A to B equals CD patterns, let's go to our first question that came in. The first question coming in from, I believe, was Rich. Let me just make sure. And the answer is yes, it was Rich Rooney. And Rich wants to take a look at NVTA. That's Invite Corp. I probably did not pronounce that correctly, but I pronounced it nonetheless. Rich's real question is, hey, Steve-O, in essence, now I'm paraphrasing here, how do you tell the difference between a consolidation and an A to B equals CD pattern? Now, when we take a look at NVTA, I won't pronounce the name again, it is clearly in a consolidation pattern. We take a look at that daily time frame. And so Richard's question was, do you just, will two tests of a bottom or two tests of a top identify a consolidation? The answer is yeah, it can. Now, in the case here of NVTA, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tests of the bottom area for that consolidation. Now, when I take a look at this chart here, we're looking at the daily time frame chart. What I like to look for, Rich, I like to look for a bullish reversal candle, because the bullish reversal candles help us to understand where the cavalry is. When we look at the bottoms here, the only bullish reversal candle is this one right here, bullish engulfing candle from March the 30th. So I would be using that low. That low, by the way, is 31.76 as the bottom of my consolidation. Now, don't worry about it getting too precise here, but that's what Stevie would do. Likewise, up at the top, I would do the same thing. And we take a look at bearish reversal signals out here. There's really two of them. There's the gap to the downside. That took place on February 24th. That would say the low of the day before, February 22nd, 44.57, would be the top of the consolidation. Your second area, the only bearish reversal candle is this one right here. This is a bearish sash candle on March 23rd. On a bearish sash candle, it's either that high or the high of the prior bar that's going to be resistance. Well, that's up at the 43.75 versus the low of that other bar, which was 44.57. That sets up your consolidation area, Rich. No way this is an A to B equals CD pattern. I'll explain that a little bit further when we get back from this first break. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at ticker symbol NVTA for Rich, and definitely Rich in a daily consolidation. And it sounds like from your email, you know the move here. If we break to the upside, break out of the consolidation, you've got a measured move equal to or greater than the consolidation. The same thing to the downside out here. With regard to the A to B equals CD, because you were even trying to attempt to do that, typically when a retracement gets below 0.786. It's kind of futile as an A to B equals CD pattern. Maybe it's a consolidation. You've got to have those tests of the top and tests of the bottom out here. But it should be very self-evident out here. Here's a small A to B equals CD on the S&P 500. We took a look at it on the ES Mini. So we can clearly see the A point on this, a small one. That comes back to the March 4th low. The high of this is going to be on this pattern. It's going to be looks like March 17th was the high. Could have been the day before. I'm not really... But it looks like it's one of those 2 days. And the C point, that retracement down into the March 25th area. And so you'll see that the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD for the S&P cash indice out here is up in the 4114 area. And look, if a bearish reversal candle forms as price gets up to that level, that's going to confirm at least a short-term top out there. But if we don't see any kind of bearish reversal candle, then we use this price projection tool, the A to B equals CD. We start looking for Fibonacci expansions. We use these as guidelines, not as it's got to get to the specific tick out there. So you've got 4114, 4184, 4275 as the message. Now that's the short term, and you can use this for all types of time frames. Here is the quarterly time frame. Oh, here we go. And now you can take a look at this coming off the 2009 low, and you're looking at an A to B equals CD pattern out here. And its next price projection is the 1.618 area, and that's up at the 4185 level. So that's your A to B equals CD pattern out there. And your question, Rich, I hope that helps answer it. Thanks so much for writing in. The next question coming in from Jerry, and Jerry wants to take a look at TWI, not TWA, But TWI. So let's go take a look at TWI. First, figure out what TWI is. Time Warner. That would be a guess. Nope. Titan International. And Titan International right now, as we take a look at its daily time frame, price is consolidating inside the bullish structured profile here. This is going to be, with regard to this profile, it looks like the first day above the center of that profile at 962. So this suggests, Jerry, a move up to the top of that profile, and that's at 1077. Let's get rid of that A to B equals CD pattern here on the weekly. You're above the weekly. You're above the monthly. If we take a look at that monthly chart out here and just look at, okay, I didn't do that. Almost did it. There we go. I was just going to, what the heck was that? That's weird. It says monthly. Yeah, that is a monthly. Okay. So I was just going to take a look at the retracement out here from high to low. If you give me a moment here, I think I might be on retracement tool right away. Yeah, there we go. So as far as the retracement goes on this one, it's at the 0.618 area. So this is suggesting moving up to the 0.786 retracement level of that move, and that gets you into the 1165 area. Please, your thoughts on a good entry. On a good entry. That train has left the station. Let's pull over Stevie's other charts out here and see if there was something that Jerry could have utilized to have gotten him into a long position there. Is there? Not really on the daily time frame chart. So you can see this has a nice Rhodes momentum indicator top. That was confirmed on March 18th with that bearish engulfing candle. And price pulls back. Actually, there's a small A to B equals CD pattern. Yeah, so speaking of the A to B equals CD pattern, let's go take a look at that. We'll do it on the daily time frame. I can't draw that, use that tool on my white background chart. But here's the small A to B or Gartley buy pattern on the daily time frame chart. Your A point was that day from March 18th. Your B point, which is a couple days later, that's down at the level of March 19th. Your C point, that retracement into March 22nd, that was about a 0.618 retracement, 0.68. You can see this formed a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD pattern. That was your bullish reversal candle right here on March 25th. That was price getting back inside the daily profile as well. So, Jerry, that was really the signal to get in on that trade. Granted, you've missed it. The reward risk isn't worth it right now. To take the trade at 996 with 1077 as clear resistance, when your support level, first you've got a 73-cent average true range, but your support is going to have to be down below that bullish engulfing candle or from the or piercing candle from the trading day of March the 25th. That says your stop's got to be below 843. So that's not going to make sense to you. It doesn't make sense to Stevie. Now, if this did pull back, that would then give you some potentiality out there, even though that's not a word. And you've got to get it down and it tries above the oscillator and change line too. You know, price would have to close below, you don't know this, but I'm suggesting price would have to close below 982 to even suggest you get back to 904. So I think you just sit this one out when it comes to TWI. Take a quick peek here at the weekly time frame chart. What do we have out here for this instrument? We've got a Rhodes momentum indicator top of price pulling back and testing the oscillator and change line. So it's really a neutral signal right now. So that is the best that I can come up with for you, Jer. And hope that helps you out, and if it doesn't, my apologies. We've got a request inside the Tigers Den. We've got a couple of them, so let's get to those. First request, let me do this other way to do these charts out here from Mr. Bill in the Tigers Den. Mr. Bill was... Well, okay, great. I got the entire screen. So Mr. Bill was looking for some short-term TD9 counts out here, and Bill, I'm just assuming the 30-minute chart was good for you. And if we take a look at the 30-minute time frame chart, what you're going to see is you've got a nice TD9 count that formed at 1 o'clock as we were coming on the air. That suggests we should see the ES-mini target the oscillator and change line. That's currently printing at 40.60. That won't necessarily be the number one price and it catch up to each other, but that's around that level. If you take a look at the NQ, it too has formed bar number 9. So it says the high of this session, this current session, which ends in 6 minutes, Mr. Bill is going to be the key level, and everybody else out there to watch, because if you see price close above 13,588 on a 30-minute basis, that's going to tell you about a very strong momentum move to the upside, at least for the NQ. If you look at the Dow, no signal there, Mr. Bill, from a TD9 count, which is what you were asking for, and you do have a nice TD9 count bottom when it comes to Russell 2000. So we've got truly a diverging market out here where you've got a top signals in the ES and the NQ, bottom signals inside the Russell 2000. Now, the Russell 2000 should bounce up to test that oscillator and change line. You're in the very right-hand panel, very bottom, and you can see that line changed colors, went from green to red. When that happens, that tells us about price stalling, which in essence it has, and it tells us we should see a test of that line. Now, a test and rejection, meaning a test approximately 2265, rejects it by closing below that red line, that would be your bearish outcome. Now, because we do have a confirmed bottom, we've got a TD9 count bottom, looks like we've got a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom out here, that would get you into a neutral zone because you'd be below resistance, the oscillator and change line, and above support, which was set up by the bottoming signals out there. So totally different messages from the equity future contracts out there for the 30-minute time frame. You can also see the 10-minute charts up on top of that. So, Mr. Bill, I hope that helps you out, and that was the information that you were looking for. Let's go to our next request. Our next request coming in from the Tiger's Den as well, and this is for SNP. And we're going to look at it when we get back from the break. But the ticker symbol out there, folks, in case you want to do your own analysis before we come back, is MV. Where's it? Where's it? Where's it? MVIS. MVIS is the ticker symbol. Steve Rhodes with TFNN.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den trading room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we got ticker symbol MBIS. That's Microvision Inc. up on the screen out here. And the question is, where's there an entry point in this? So when I take a look at the daily time frame, what I see out here is a consolidation. So just so happens we were talking about consolidation patterns. We got this little gap to the upside wide-ranging bar. This was a couple of days ago back on the 31st on the daily time frame chart. You got a hammer candle out here on the trading day of March the 5th. So that pretty well sets up the bottom portion of the consolidation. You've got a nice three-river evening star out here. That's the candle sessions from March 19th, the 22nd, and the 23rd. So what you have is your good old-fashioned consolidation. We'll just simply try to draw this in here. And this is what I would use as my consolidation. And it just so happens that there is a profile, a new polar structured profile that formed on Thursday of last week. So I'm going to suggest to you that the entry point out here, SNP, is between, even though it's not to the bottom of the consolidation, because you got that bullish structured profile, it's in the 1213, 1294 level out there. And so I think that's what you were looking at. There's no reason for us to really go to any of the other charts out there. The pattern is clear. What's not clear to us is whether or not price will behave and do what we want it to do. But if it does, because of the consolidating pattern, and certainly if price was pushing lower with lighter volume, for example, you had that little breakout on Thursday of on March 31st that had volume of 56 million shares. So ideally, price is pulling back, gets down to that 1294, and S&P, boom, you go ahead and fire away. Now your stop, the average true range on this is 261. It really should be below that hammer candle out there, which is at $10.12. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in inside our Tiger's Den. Let's go to the next request. This one coming in from Jim C. I believe Jim C. might have sent this out last week, and I did not get back to all those emails for folks that had requests. My apology for that. Just got too carried away in family and the holiday. MARA, though, is the ticker symbol. I think we've got a couple of requests for Mara. So let's go take a look at it and see what it is doing. And your question was, you've got a position. You took a position a few days ago in both these. Okay. Well, congrats there, Mara. Marathon Digital Holdings. Trading up top of its daily, weekly, and monthly profiles. In fact, it's at a new all-time high for the most part out here. So let me get this fired up. Just do it here on my a daily and a weekly and a 30-minute time frame chart. That's probably all that we need. But you just want me to take a look at it. Maybe you're looking for what? What are you looking for? A price projection out here? First, let's just pull up Mara and get a feel for what's going on the daily time frame right now. You got price moving higher, doing less relative energy. Not a big deal unless a bearish reversal candle forms. You do have no, you don't have that. No. So that looks pretty good. Let me look at the weekly time frame chart. Weekly time frame chart says you do have wave number 7. That's the letter G out there. So you've got a potential of a signal, but that can carry itself on for quite some time to come. I'm not seeing anything there. You got a TD9 count. This did form bar number 9 at 130. So it could be the high of this 30-minute session or last 30-minute session, the one at 130, or the one that ends at 2 o'clock. You watch for that. That could just simply set up some type of retracement out there. But otherwise, it looks pretty good. So I don't know what you were looking for, but if it was a price projection, let's just go back since this is A to B equals CD day. Let's go find that pattern out here on the daily time frame. And the daily time frame, boy, well, I'll use the conservative one. So the conservative one says our A point begins right here, right at about the trading day of December 31st, 2020. Our B point is out here at the high on February 17th, and your C point is a retracement down to the low of March the 5th. Your 1-to-1 price projection is 63.90. Your 1-to-1.272, 74.72. I'm not saying that's where price ends, just giving you those price projection levels. The B point, which did volume on the 17th to 35 million shares, you're already at 21, so it seems like price will pass that level with volume, confirming that A to B equals CD to the upside. Your other question was INVU. So let's go type in INVU, see what we come up with out here. And that is Invest View. Holy shnikes! This is a daily time frame. So some gigantic move that must have cured something. That was back on March 29th. Moves higher with 59 million shares. That talk about price spread goes from 20 cents up to a high of 39 cents out there. But it's at 50 pennies right now today. If you're looking for the A to B equals CD pattern, maybe easier to do on the weekly chart. slightly easier, not much. But here's where we'll go ahead and put the A to B equals CD pattern. I'm guessing at the A point, I'm going to be close enough for our work out here. And that's going to be, I'm going to use the low from October in 2020. I'm going to use the high out here in January of 2021. And the March 2021 level as our C point. You can see how this has crushed it. The next price projection area is at 56 cents. That's the 1 to 2, A to B equals CD. Can price get above that? It can. That would be the 2.618 area in the 70-cent level. Now, with these penny stocks out here, I really hesitate to do too much in the technical analysis scheme because let's face it, folks, this is done 8.3 million shares today at, let's just call it 50 cents out there. It doesn't take anything to push a 50-cent stock around. Now, this takes maybe a little bit more than others, but really, for the most part, not a whole heck of a lot. So, Jim, as much as I'd like to give you all kinds of great information on this, and I haven't pulled over the other charts, so go ahead and do that. Don't get married to it. If we take a look at, now this is, that's a 30-minute chart. Not interested in that. The daily, which is in bar number 6 of a TD9 count. A TD9 count called the last high. A TD9 count called the last bottom, and then the next high out there. So the TD9 seemed to be working pretty well. That would say that you could see a TD9 count top form between Wednesday and Friday if my math is correct out there. So hope that helps y'all both with INVU and Mara. And hey, congrats to you on 2 winning trades. The next request coming in from Hector and the fuel injectors. And Hector and the fuel injectors, they want to go take a look at Microsoft, MSFT. And thank you, Hector. We now can call Mondays not just marvelous, magnificent, and what's the other M word that I use out there? Well, we're just simply going to, maybe replace it with Margarita Monday. Now, I like the way, and I'm sure others out there too, like the way that Hector and the fuel injectors think. But if we take a look at Microsoft, your question is, ABC's monthly is looking strong. Can I please verify? Boy, I don't know how you do an A to B equals CD chart on this one. It's almost like the S&P. It's pretty tough to do. But that doesn't mean we're not up to the task. So on a monthly basis, if you want the A to B equals CD pattern out here, the A point in Microsoft is going to be all the way back here in March of 2000. Whoops, I got the top of it. Didn't mean to do that. We need the bottom of that candle. So we're about to go to a hard break. Let's see if we can squeeze this in. There's your A point. B point, man, oh man. Well, the one that's real is the B point of February 2020 being the B point and the C point being the March 2020 lows. And that would give you a 1-to-1 price projection of 308, 1-to-1.272, 356, 417. Yeah, it looks very strong. Here's what we know. If price this week can close above 246.13, that's a beautiful thing for you, Hector, because that says price continues to move higher. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Would love to hear from you as well. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 368, S&P 56. Let's go out to Fort Collins, Colorado, and speak with Mark. Mark, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Very good. Very good. And Decipher Pharmaceuticals, probably butchered that, DCPH. I believe that's a ticker symbol you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, we were in this in your newsletter and got stopped out, but then I saw it test swing low on light volume. It was a swing low from 3.8, 3.5 and 3.8, and it tested it a few days ago. And so I bought back in the low 40s, and now it's testing the high of this little consolidation with light volume. So I was wondering what your thoughts are.
Got it. So, Friday or Thursday, I should say, you did get a close above 45.82. That was the top of its daily profile. And today, you're still above that level. So 2 consecutive closes above that suggests that there is a change in trend. In fact, as I expand out this chart here, we'll see that most of the counter trend rallies have stopped at the top of the daily profile. We did have 2 days above it on March 19th and the 22nd, and then the following day it got back below that. So maybe this is like a threefer out here. But you're right, it is testing a prior swing point. And that's a swing point, folks, from March 22nd. That had 317,000 shares. You're at 80,000 as we speak right now. If we look at the daily time frame chart, in addition to the test that you were looking at, Mark, which was a test of a prior swing point on light volume that got you back into it, it also generated wave number 7 count. It also generated Rhodes momentum indicator pattern out there. And all of this suggests that as long as price can stay above the high of that March 22nd day, you should see a move up to the 52.35 level. Let me look at the 30-minute time frame chart, see if there's any early signals out here of anything. And on the 30-minute time frame, and this looks like this morning at about 10 o'clock at the open, price punched up, and then about an hour later, you received a bearish reversal candle to confirm that Rhodes momentum indicator signal. Now, price has really not pulled back too much, and what it has not done, it has not broken through any key levels of support. Those would be 45.22 and 44.62. So to the extent that you're trying to manage this from a shorter term time frame to see if the test of this swing point on light volume might turn out to be, okay, that's it, and it's going to pull back, I would be watching 45.22 or 44.62 at this stage. I'll go down even one time frame shorter. That's not going to help us out. That's the 15-minute time frame, so I don't see something that would help us there. The 65-minute, I don't have anything to help us here either. So it would just be the 30-minute chart right now on a short-term basis. Is that, in essence, what you're trying to figure out, or was I going down the wrong path?
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. I was looking for that higher price target where the swings are up in the low 50 range. So that was kind of my target. But if it's going to fail here, I was interested in that.
Yeah. So that 52.35 for sure is the target on the daily time frame. The weekly time frame for this. So again, the week just began, but you can also see that the oscillator and change line, we talk about this often, about 8 weeks ago or so, we saw that it changed color. It really price somewhat stalled after that, and you got a nice TD9 count bottom on the weekly. Another reason to have entered the trade, and a reason that we took for entering it from the newsletter standpoint. But price is also running right into its oscillator and change line at 46.66. It's early in the week. If it's me, I'm waiting for confirmation that the move is going to move lower, and I'd be watching the 45.22-ish area for that signal. You can't do anything with regard to overnight hours, all that kind of stuff out there. But what other information? How else can I help you?
That's pretty much it. That's great.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, always good to hear from you. Thanks so much for calling in. Much appreciated, and best of luck to you on this trade.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
You bet. That was Mark in Fort Collins. Let's go to we got a request inside the YouTube channel, which happens to match something that came in from Friday that I noted on my charts out here to try to get to those, and that was Riot, R-I-O-T. So maybe we're killing two birds with one stone, and not really indicated as to what we're looking for here, but here's what we know about Riot blockchain. Price is consolidating inside its daily bearish structured profile. So your resistance zone for this instrument is going to be between 59.23 and 64.98. You're above the weekly, you're above the monthly profile. So nothing here to suggest that price won't go target that area. Let me get Riot going on my other daily and 30-minute time frame chart out here. We take a look at the daily time frame. Well, you can see that price right now is testing the level that would really signal to us that, in fact, it does want to move higher, and that's testing the oscillator and change line, which is really where price is trading right now, right in about the 56.80-ish type range out here. So a close above this level, a green oscillator and change line would be bullish. A close at it, it's like a coin toss. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you exit it. But I do want you to know you're going to have to fasten the seatbelts because you're going to run into a resistance zone that's in that bearish structured profile area. The weekly time frame says, hey, you know what? I pulled back. I've been dancing along the weekly oscillator and change line. There's nothing broken here. Still says bullish. So that's a good piece of information for our daily chart. The 30-minute chart out here doesn't show any kind of a top just yet. It does show price moving higher with less relative energy, but that alone is not going to be a problem. But you are on a 30-minute basis inside of Riot. Come 2 p.m., you're going to form bar number 8, but that hasn't been the high of the session this morning. And so you need to get above. It needs to get above the trading level of 57.20. Doesn't have to close above it. Just got to spike it. It's got to spike the ball. And if it does that, between 2 and – who's going to be 8? 2:39. Between 2 and 3 o'clock, really between now and 3 o'clock, you would have a short-term topping signal. And right, doesn't mean exited or anything. Just tells you to have a short-term topping signal matching up with the daily, getting right into the resistance of the oscillator and change line, and you'd expect some type of retracement. But otherwise, Riot looks pretty groovy out there. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for watching us on the YouTube channel. We also had a request last week to take a look at wheat futures, which wheat futures generated a Gartley buy pattern or buy the D point. Let's go take a look at wheat futures out here. I'll show you what it is because I've actually been taking a look at this for a long trade myself. So let's go take a look at wheat. Wheat. Where are you? Where's wheat? Soy? Nope. Let's go to the wheat contract, and here we go. So last week, I'm going to expand out. This is the May contract out here, and I will draw in, well, was going to draw in an A to B equals CD pattern. I've got to use as my B point. My eyes would be choosing both the March 8th level out there. So that's what I'm going to use. And here's our A point out here. A moment to get this triggered. So our A point up at the highs, February 24th. B point down at the low, March 8th. C point, the high, March 8th. You can see the 1 to 1.272, A to B equals CD pattern. Last week, we had, this was on the 31st, a beautiful key reversal bar out there. And price here, running right into and bottoming right at that nice rising trend line area. Resistance still the bottom of that daily profile, but it looks like a buy. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave! Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based, vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at wheat futures for one of our listeners from last week. We didn't get to it. This confirmed a nice buy the D point pattern out here. And as we take a look at, let me pull over a short-term time frame chart. It's really the 60-minute time frame chart. And what I'm hoping for, because you see how the bottom of this profile and that descending trend line acted as resistance. So I'm hoping it's going to give us another shot to get in and on another retracement out there. And if we take a look at, I've just got the 60-minute, the hourly chart. So I'm imagining this was some type of crop report or something at 1 o'clock back on March the 31st. So you see that nice big move. And then the actual entry point That took place at about noon on Friday. That wasn't in front of my screens or anything out here, but you can see the nice TD9 bottom that formed. When it bottomed right at its breakout level of support at 600.75. It has a nice little hammer candle, and price hasn't taken out resistance to 625.75 level. So possibly, we get another shot at this and price pulls back, maybe even to the 602, 604 level. I don't have any indication right now that is the outcome. But with regard to wheat, if you were long wheat, I certainly get it and am looking to possibly join you on that trade. The last request coming in here from LB, and LB wants to take a look at, what does Lee want to look at? He wants to look at ticker symbol UEC. And UEC, you're looking for a price target. So the price target here, and I'm using the monthly time frame. I'm using the swing points from back in May of 2015 down to the low of March of 2020. And you can see that price has made it to the 1.272 level, and that's at the 371 area. So if price can clear 371, your next price projection area for Uranium Energy Corp will become $4.62. Folks, so great to be with you. Stay tuned for 2 more great hours. You got my favorite polar bear. He's up next, David White. After that, Tom O'Brien to take us on home. Have a magical, marvelous, magnificent, and a margarita Monday. Take care.